What is up, everyone? My name is Jax and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm updating my State of the Battlerealm. I actually uploaded a video a month ago going over all my predictions, and well, today I've actually kind of changed it. And so today's video is actually going to go over a lot of spoilers in the comic books as well as WandaVision. So if you don't want to have it spoiled, you guys want to read King of Black, you guys want to watch WandaVision, go ahead and click off the video. And yeah, but let's get into it. So let's actually go over Knull and Captain Universe. Yeah, you heard that right. I picked Captain Universe as a replacement for Gorr the God Butcher. And Gorr the God Butcher, I think, is just such a small character compared to Knull's story that I think Gorr just needs to be flushed out somewhere else. He only stole the sword, and then Knull got it back. So I think Captain Universe is the perfect person to come with Knull. If you guys don't know, Knull has actually been teased in a few different places in the contest. The first time I think was during the Human Torch event, where Deadpool actually had the insignia on his forehead in the event, in the side quest thing, and it was the same insignia that Carnage has during Absolute Carnage. So same thing with Dylan's eyes, and it's basically Knull's symbol. And that was just super cool. And then we saw it again in 7.1 where Venom says, "We symbiotes flock together, led by a so-called Supreme One." So we have two references to Knull. And even like in February, like there was a line called Null and Void. And I know it's like, just like a saying Null and Void, but Null and Void actually have a connection in the comics. So I thought that was cool. And the reason why I chose Captain Universe, and spoilers for King of Black number 4, is Captain Universe was revealed to be the opposite of Knull, the light of God, like the God of light. And the Enigma Force is what creates Captain Universe. It's what runs the power. And Venom, or I guess Eddie Brock, was chosen to become the new wearer of the Enigma Force. So it's pretty cool. It's super cool. And like, why not add the opposite of Knull into the story? I mean, if Knull is supposed to be a axe something boss, which I hope he would. If not, it's all good. But I think it'd totally be cool to have someone help us, especially because I don't know if Karina can defeat Knull. I mean, it's taken a lot of people to defeat Knull in the comics right now. But yeah, so anyways, let's go to the bottom right corner. So we have Galactus and Herald Thor. Now, and the reason, obviously, everyone knows Galactus is coming, but Herald Thor is super interesting because Odin just got added to the game this month, and while this version of Odin, let's just say he doesn't seem to be as strong as we thought he was. In fact, he's only giving people powers. He's not actually doing anything. In the actual event, he actually never fights. We actually never see him fight. It's super interesting. It's like almost like he's like a weaker version of himself. And if he's like a weak version of himself, well, I gotta think of the Marvel Comics and the MCU, where he's gonna be dying soon, and his Odin Force is gonna die and release it, and it's gonna become the Thor Force. And what happens when Thor gets the Thor Force? Well, he actually becomes Galactus' Herald. So I have a cool theory that when Galactus comes, Thor is actually going to be the final stop and become his herald to prevent the destruction of Battleworld, which MROC takes place. That's why there's a connection to Galactus, because Galactus is specifically coming to the contest to destroy or devour Battleworld. And if Battleworld is destroyed, Reed Richards believes that will cause a ripple of effects that will release all the contestants of the Contest of Champions. So it's super cool. I think it'd be cool if that leads from Herald Thor, and he's kind of like away from the other Heralds as well. And even right now, there's like no synergies connecting Herald Thor. There is one with Thor Ragnarok and Falcon, where Falcon has a friendship or a teammates thing, but I don't think that'd be Herald Thor. But that could be a theory. That's the only mystery synergy we have right now in the game. The last one revealed was the hate synergy with Psycho Man and Mangog. So yeah, it's super interesting. And yeah, so speaking of that, let's go up to that corner by Mangog is a Monica Rambeau. The more I wanted WandaVision to end before I finally updated Monica Rambeau to be in this position. I actually put the new king in here earlier. I just don't think he shouldn't be in that tiny square. He should be much bigger if he's going to be in like the end of Act 7 boss. So Monica Rambeau would be freaking awesome. She fits there absolutely perfectly next to Skrull. She fought Dark. She fought in the King's War, and she obviously has all connections to the Captain Marvel. So yeah, perfect Monica Rambeau, Science Champion 2, easy, man. Baron Zemo, I've already updated on Twitter. I've said why I chose him. The MROC Champions, I just don't know what else to put there. And let's go into the bottom, which is Kitty Pryde. I actually had Jean Grey here earlier, but many people have said, why would Jean Grey go there? Why not next to Phoenix? And that's like an excellent point. So I updated to Kitty Pryde. I think everyone thinks this is Kitty Pryde, myself included. I've said that before. Shang-chi Mandarin, I just think that's right there. Like, I mean, it's coming out this summer, and for sure it's going to be there. Now, the Eternals are missing. I wanted to say this before, that the Eternals are missing. So, I don't know where to put them on this map. And honestly, every map we've gotten, not every character that's been added to the game that year has been added to the map. So, or had a mystery spot in the map. So I definitely think they're coming to the game. I just think I don't know where to put them right now. So yeah, thought that was pretty cool. And I forgot, Monica Rambeau also was in the contest comic books. She actually she scared the Grandmaster. So I just thought that was something I should add as well. All right, so next is Latverian Guillotine. This is something I did not have on the map, and you're asking yourself, why would a Doom Guillotine happen? Like, what? Well, Kabam Gabe, the art director of the game, actually drew Kabam Guillotine, or drew Guillotine in Latverian armor, or Latverian, wearing a Doom mask. And he posted it about a year ago, and he basically said this is a guillotine from 1,000 years ago. And then in the beginning of the month, Slayer was asking about the sword of Guillotine, and he responded saying, we're going to have an event in 2021 that will go over the past, will include the past, or basically about the past of the Guillotine sword, Lafleur, the demon sword. So I was like, dude, you draw a sketch of a past guillotine and then say there's an event about the past of the guillotines. Like, dude, that's super cool. And if you don't know, Lenguria, where Queen Hassan, or Morningstar, was in prison, that actually shares borders with Latveria. So there you go. There's the perfect connection, super lore friendly, and I'm super excited to see. All right, so next to that we have the Spider-Man 2089 and Spider-Man Noir. Now I want to say I actually updated Spider-Man Noir to be a skill champion after going over his abilities and making a fan build myself. I actually have a fan build with Marcus Pack 16. We decided to make him a skill champion because he actually didn't get his powers through a science. He actually got his powers through a mystic totem. And he doesn't have any mystic abilities besides the science abilities he already has. But he has guns, and so I think he'd be a skill champion. Now I've already said before, this totally could be Iron Spider. The only reason I don't have him is because he was teased once, and we've been told that it's just the regular version of Peter Parker. It's not the same one that appeared in the MCOC comics. So I thought that was interesting, but obviously that'd be tech. The two Kabam logos are for two Kabam original characters, or two Kabam something characters coming to the contest. I just don't know that's all the information we know about them. And obviously Cloak and Dagger have been teased years ago, bro. Years ago. And I think they'd be a perfect strikers, a striker build, where obviously Cloak and Dagger can be, you play as Cloak, and then you can do Dagger's abilities, or you can have a Dagger striker ability, and then you play as Dagger, and you can have Cloak. It's something so cool. They can either combine their builds into one champion, but have striker abilities, or have them both combined, and then they both have striker abilities together. So it's super cool. We've yet to see the striker ability added to the game, and obviously Cloak was teased back in the MODOK Mo Problems motion comic, where you can see his Cloak in the Collector's Vault. Super cool. Alright, next is Wiccan. Now, this is very interesting because I thought about this recently, because if you watch WandaVision, we actually see a White Vision. So I was like, I actually made a fan edit of White Vision. I made Age of Ultron Vision, and I turned him into White Vision. There's a better Twitter on my profile, on my Twitter profile. But yeah, and Gabe responded. He said, I loved White Vision from the West Coast Avengers, and we already have a version of White Vision in the game. So I was like, dude, what? Okay, well, that's crazy, because we have a non-playable Scarlet Witch, and we have a non-playable White Vision. Why don't we just, we have a WandaVision event right there? So pretty cool. We haven't seen the nameless Vision in years, since the Infinity War event, which he appeared as a corrupted Vision that fought for Thanos during the Infinity War event, and we have yet to see them return, because we have yet to see the Infinity Stones return. So it's super cool. I would love for him to return. Obviously, they can do a whole plot line of how he's no longer under control of Thanos, and he's different than he was before. And yeah. And obviously, it is March 8th, and we don't have a WandaVision event. And I've already said, I think Wiccan is the most probable person, besides Agatha Harkness, because, well, Speedsters haven't been added to the game yet, and we've been told that speedsters can't fit in, like they just don't work with the game's engine right now, and that's why I don't have Quicksilver and I don't have Speed. But I was also just thinking today is that what if Wiccan and Speed actually, like Cloak and Dagger, became a strikers tag team? I would love to see that. Like, I feel like that would work pretty well. That way, it can just be a quick attack of Speed doing it. So, it's just interesting what Kabam can do, because we don't have a WandaVision event. We're in March, and WandaVision ended. Like, how do you do a WandaVision event late? Especially, Kabam have even said themselves, like, I guess Kabam Frenchie said, like, when it comes to these events, we have to hit this deadline. And these events are, like, planned, like, a year out, but a year before. So, I would suspect that there's no WandaVision event, even though we do get a new Scarlet Witch, so it's super interesting, and I don't know what to say. But last one's Hercules. We have been told that Hercules wouldn't fit on the map where we thought he would, and I think he fits next to Hyperion, and he's on the map, so it would be crazy if Hercules was, like, next to Herald Thor. Like, honestly, I have no idea where he could go, or where he couldn't go besides next to Hyperion. But yeah, let me know if you guys' thoughts on my things. Oh, and Gwenperion is next to Gwenpool. That could be wrong. That could be Quentin Quire. A lot of people have said that Quentin Quire could go there because they've dated and they have connections. And Gwenpool's on Krakoa, which is really weird. But yeah, some super cool thought. Anyways, thank you guys for checking out my video. I appreciate you guys have been awesome. All my MROC theories have still been the same. I know there have been, like I said, data mine stuff on that, but I don't really want to mess with that. I'll just wait for MROC to progress and become the game. Hopefully I'll enjoy soon. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. I appreciate you all, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and see you guys in the next video.